Our first contestant, Stephen Kelly. Sans clothes, sans everything. Sans clothes, sans everything, Stephen Kelly.
Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests. I had to do that. Have any of you ever had an irrepressible urge to take all your clothes off in public? I never had, but in September this year I did do so. And for you all men out there who have adult daughters, you were. Because my daughter tricked me into this. How did it come about? I went on a backpacking trip 14,000 feet up in the mountain in Colorado to visit a famous hot spring called Conundrum Springs. I went with my daughter and the family and their friends Tom and Becky. We're up at 14,000 feet. My daughter had warned me the car would probably take his clothes off and go in the hot spring naked. Who cares? I had my trusty swim trunks. And I'd be wearing those like everybody else would be wearing their bathing costumes. Right, time to visit the hot spring for the first time. Leave the campsite, trek up to the hot spring. Now I got behind our party a little bit. As I came up round the corner, the hot spring was down there, and I was sort of at this height above them, about 20 feet away, almost like I was on the stage. They were already in there, plus 10 strangers. So, off with the boots, socks, jacket, shirt, these on. Then I looked down. My dirty, dark, devious, rotten, stinking daughter. They were all naked. All 16 of them. What do? I don't want to be the odd person. Now also us older people like to try and fit in with the young people. I had no option. Excuse the view, some of you will be safe from this. Off with the trumpet. Because the people in the spring had a lousy view. Now I've got two options. I can walk back to the pool, which probably would have attracted more attention than I would have. Or I can walk forwards, pretty simple. Except I had to turn around. I knew I couldn't do it, but I knew I had to do it. This was a defining moment in my life. I stood there naked. Actually, that's not true. I'd forgotten that in my woolly apron. It made it look a little bit strange. Time to go to the pool. Come on, Steve. March boldly, march lightly, with dignity. And I was doing quite well until I got near the pool. The rock surface was broken into little stones. I had feet across. So this dignified walk, something like this. And there was more wiggling and jiggling than I really wanted. So finally got in the water, up to here. Don't know the etiquette in hot springs. Partly it's time to sit down. Oh, that was nice. It's warm, plus the water's almost opaque. Nice. Now it's starting to feel cold because the air on the mountain is below 40 degrees. It appeared the thing to do is to move into the centre of the spring where the water's gushing up to 100 degrees. Trouble was everyone else had the same idea. Very congested air, a lot of movement. The way you move in the hot spring, I've discovered, put your feet in front of you and scoot along the bottom like this, or lay forward and do the same with your bum sticking out of the water like a dorsal fin. Now, when traversing the pool, you were guaranteed, it was guaranteed that part of you would bump into parts of other people in the pool. It was almost guaranteed you'd grab a calf or a thigh or something else. Other people start to arrive. I heard somebody come this side, sloshing through the water. I turned to say hello. This was a young lady, naked of course. As I turned, now bear in mind, I'm in the water up to here. She's in the water up to here. So as I turned, level with, and about 18 inches away from my eyes, was a sight that you don't normally see in public. Somebody else came this time. Same again. You guessed it, it was a man. A total of 10 people arrived, actually. Now this hot spring, I'm going to use American units for measurement. There's a rectangle. It's about 8 buttocks long. And 5 thumbs wide. So it was rather cozy in there. It was kind of like a cocktail party, because everyone's naked, everyone's saying hello with your family. Quite unbelievable, because there was no cocktails either. That's probably the sum total of my experience at the hot spring, even though we went a few more times. It was releasing, it was rejuvenating, it got rid of my inhibitions I've had all my life. Not quite. Also, it was something new, and we should all try and do new things. So if I convinced any of you you'd like to have a hot spring experience, 2 things you should remember. 1, make sure your toenails are well filed. And do go while your eyesight's still good.